Chosen one, if you have encountered these words at this exact instant, understand that it is far from coincidence. Every stride you have made, every inhalation that has propelled you onward, has guided you to this crucial juncture. Allow your soul to remain receptive, for monetary wonders are approaching, surging toward you with the relentless force of a celestial wave. Regardless of how extended you have sensed imprisonment by scarcity or overwhelmed by obligations, the era has arrived for those ancient shackles to crumble apart. Within the vast weave of your fate, this evening signals the commencement of a fresh segment, one in which the constraints of your history evaporate into oblivion and the route to affluence reveals itself beneath your steps. You might detect a faint quiver in your essence, a soft awakening that murmurs, "This is meant for me." Permit that sensation to envelop you. It is the cosmos's holy summons. Venture courageously into the domain of wonders, the domain where every monetary obstacle disintegrates and a stream of plenty courses endlessly toward you. In the tranquility of your inner self, envision a brilliant glow that has been concealed under strata of anxiety, uncertainty, and perpetual concern. That glow symbolizes the core of your capability, the night of invention that has forever resided inside you. The trials you have survived were never designed to shatter you. They were deliberate accelerators, molding you into the durable, formidable spirit who now lingers at the edge of a wonder. Destiny has been crafting a hidden pattern throughout, coordinating individuals, occurrences, and assets to deliver you here. Have faith that nothing you have undergone was arbitrary. Each piece of your path has fulfilled a vital function in transporting you to this pivotal instant. The evening heavens, the delicate indications, the recurring prompts, everything has directed toward the ultimate disclosure of your monetary evolution. The difficulties were not penalties, but instead trainings, tempering you into the individual able to accept gifts that vastly surpass anything you have formerly encountered. Shut your eyes and permit yourself to picture a tomorrow where monetary anxieties no longer dominate your conscious hours. You access your mail to discover unforeseen payments. Your financial balance expands consistently without constant toil, and prospects emerge as if directed by an unseen force that desires solely your ultimate benefit. This is not mere fanciful thinking. It is a vibrational outline for the fate that addresses you personally. Inhale profoundly and comprehend that wonders are not scarcities, set aside for the lucky minority, but adventures awaiting, backstage for every spirit prepared to trust in the inconceivable. The universal energies are operating for your advantage, arranging a magnificent orchestra of gifts that will appear in innumerable forms, both minor and major. The instant you embrace that these wonders are your inherent right, the entrance to extraordinary affluence opens widely. The assets, connections, and insights that have escaped you will manifest as if answering a sacred call. You may feel ancient reluctances surfacing, the resonances of a society that insisted existence must be an unending fight. Oppose the temptation to submit to those resonances. Let the vow of novel starts overpower them. You reside now at the verge of your most profound change, summoned to swap the story of hardship for a reality that resonates with boundless potential. Recognize that what once appeared unattainable is now firmly within grasp. When you silence your skeptical thoughts and rather synchronize your soul with the cosmic current, you turn into an attractor for riches, favorable luck, and countless gifts. Your essence has always acknowledged this as accurate, even if your worldly encounters led you to question. With every elapsing second, you advance deeper into the radiant sphere of wonders, led by the touch of a heavenly scheme that views you as a treasured, essential contributor in its development. Have you ever perceived the faint throb of vitality surrounding you when you contemplate wealth? That mild buzz is the inventive power of the cosmos inviting you to move with it in unity. The yearning you have experienced for monetary security was never a defect or a frailty. It was an internal guide directing you toward your appointed completion. Each occasion you faced a barred entrance, you were being rerouted, polished, and equipped for even more splendid prospect just beyond the curve. The cosmos never deducts from your existence without incorporating something of much superior worth in exchange. Though the burden has felt endless, it has readied you for this precise second when the skies announce that your monetary wonders are en route, unhaltable, and rapid. Let your thoughts rest on that assurance, eliminating every uncertainty as if discarding a burdensome garment. Exhale the pure atmosphere of anticipation, realizing that a fresh dawn breaks for you at this time. Consider the basic yet deep action of embedding a kernel in rich earth. When you enter that small kernel, you do so in belief, relying that eventually it will sprout, ascend through the ground and produce yield. For months or even years, you have been in the sowing stage of your existence. Every instance you surmounted a hurdle, every instance you declined to surrender, every instance you supplicated or labored deep into the evening, you were nurturing those kernels of fate. Now the earth of your existence has never been more productive. Circumstances are optimal. The cycles have altered, and the meticulous tending of your aspirations is poised to produce a yield unlike any you have encountered. The universal showers have descended, the light of resolve has illuminated, and your kernels have been sustained by the very core of invention. The day has arrived to observe the initial shoots emerging the exterior, announcing the plenty that will not merely support you but spill over into every aspect of your actuality. Wonders frequently arrive subtly, soft as a warm wind, or they may arrive roaring with the might of a powerful tempest. In either situation, they alter the whole course of your existence in one motion. The insightful among us stay receptive to both potentials, acknowledging that the cosmos is endlessly imaginative in its approaches of granting. The prospects that surface might at first arrive, masked as hindrances or duties, the telephone discussion that guides to a profitable alliance, the accidental meeting that uncovers a rewarding agreement, or the notion that expands into a business victory. All these can emerge from apparently ordinary kernels. Your role is to maintain your soul balanced in optimism and to welcome each fresh advancement with the serene confidence that it is component of something vaster than you can completely grasp. In the identical manner a ceramist forms mud on the rotating disc, so too does the sacred form the mud of your situations, shaping them into containers of wealth that carry your individual mark. You may inquire, how can I rely on wonders when all I've experienced is adversity? The response resides in realizing that adversity was never intended to be the concluding statement. Adversity was the instrument that carved away at the rock of your vulnerabilities, carving a work of art from the unprocessed substance of your capability. As you gaze down the maze of your prior adventures, you can now perceive how every bend and shift urged you to develop, adjust, and emerge as the individual you required to be for this marvelous new phase. Let thankfulness surge in your soul for each deviation and sorrow, for they have transported you to this entrance where the portals of monetary gift are about to open broadly. You grasp the opener in your palm, tempered by the blazes of perseverance. All that lingers is to place it into themecanism of belief and rotate, permitting the splendor of your forthcoming wonders to inundate your existence. Cling to the awareness that the tempo of these shifts might both astound and overpower you initially. Monetary wonders, once activated, can accumulate speed swiftly. The drip turns into a stream which turns into a cascade of benevolence pouring over you. Ancient invoices might be settled in one action. Novel paths of earnings could materialize overnight, and bonds that once appeared fragile can abruptly convert into strongholds of assistance. This is not the period to retreat in uncertainty, but to allow your wonder become energy for profounder conviction. Each appearance, each fragment of proof that arrives, is a verification that you are on the correct route. Dismiss the persistent sounds that murmur this can't be genuine and substitute them with a tranquil approval that yes, it is genuine and it is exactly what you have been readying for throughout. This unhaltable current is not a temporary present. It is the firm base of your novel existence. If you have ever questioned your deservingness, let that question be quenched now. The universal powers that control life do not assess you by the errors you have committed or the times you have failed. They perceive only your capability, your persistence, your strength, and your preparedness to grow. They perceive the radiance of your essence that selected to embody in this realm at this era for an objective that goes beyond simple existence. You are here to undergo the delight, the plenty, and the deep feeling of achievement that arise from residing in sync with your sacred vocation. When you harmonize your desire with the cosmic desire for your supreme benefit, wonders become not merely feasible, but unavoidable. Comprehend that your individual plenty is additionally a manifestation of affection. For when you possess more than sufficient, you can distribute, elevate others, and turn into a symbol of optimism in a realm that craves motivation. It might assist to recall that the most notable creators and guides all confronted hardship that appeared insurmountable. But they declined to allow situations control their fate. Instead, they permitted trust in something greater, trust in the strength of potential, trust in the unperceived to transport them through the darkest evenings. So too can you utilize that identical trust. Wonders function beyond the limits of logic and reasoning. They are conceived of trust, fostered by anticipation, and conveyed by the unhaltable powers of sacred favor. The second you unlock your soul to accept them, you enter an eternal current of gifts that can modify your existence in manners so extraordinary that the former you, Theon, who trusted only in hardship, would scarcely identify your novel actuality. Welcome the unfamiliar, for it is the productive soil where wonders adore to germinate, flowering into concreteness when encountered with your steadfast optimism. Remember additionally that wonders are not owed to you, nor do they arise from any privilege. They are presents freely bestowed by a cosmos that overflows in benevolence, yet such presents often remain inactive until you synchronize with them. This synchronization is not a monumental endeavor. It is a straightforward but significant action of releasing sarcasm and skepticism, selecting instead to declare "I am prepared." This preparedness is an energetic indicator that vibrates through all invention, calling the assets, meetings, and understanding needed for your advancements. As you linger at the edge of accepting, any final remnants of pessimism or self-undermining are liberated to ascend to the exterior. Confront these with kindness, recognizing that they once fulfilled a protection role in your existence. Now, however, they are no longer necessary, for you are advancing into a level of being where the ancient anxieties hold no influence. Free them with appreciation and observe them vanish like vapors disappearing into a bright heavens. Should uncertainties elevate their heads in the approaching days, instance of monetary difficulty or passing letdown, do not construe them as indicators that the wonders have escaped. Quite the contrary. They often indicate that change is occurring behind the curtain, that the foundation is quaking to create space for the novel frameworks of plenty. You might undergo slight trips or bewilderment as your thoughts acclimates to residing in a sphere of potential rather than limitation. Let each trip function as a prompt that you are acquiring to proceed in a fresh aspect, where the regulations you once understood no longer pertain. This is an aspect formed by affection, invention, and the acknowledgement that your value is anchored in your very presence, not in your achievements or defeats. In this novel aspect, wonders are not arbitrary. They are a foreseeable result of residing in harmony with cosmic reality. Now is the instant to energize your trust, to let your assurance gleam as a signal that causes wonders to appear. Even the smallest spark of optimism can spark a universal waterfall that changes your whole existence. Utter phrases of confirmation over your finances, your prospects, your tomorrow. Sanctify your pursuits, relying that each one is arranged in the magnificent scheme of your triumph. Encircle yourself with those who support your voyage, who rejoice in your expanding radiance, and who maintain a view of wealth for themselves and for you. Separate yourself kindly yet resolutely from effects that would pull you rear to the ancient modes of deficiency and hardship. You require your surroundings, both inward and outward, to mirror the wonder-oriented mindset that now characterizes you. This alteration in outlook, from viewing challenges as ultimate judgments to viewing them as introductions to wonders, is the trademark of someone who comprehends the universal ballet of appearance. Envision how your existence will appear once monetary. Wonders establish origins. Perhaps you will settle remaining obligations that once burdened your essence heavily. Maybe you will possess the liberty to follow a vision, vocation, launch an enterprise that harmonizes with your zeal, or finance benevolent initiatives that move your soul. Whatever form these wonders assume, they will possess a wave impact, authorizing you to emerge as an even mightier power for benefit in your society, your kin, and your realm. The more you accept, the more you can bestow, and the cycle persists in an ascending coil of kindness and happiness. Do not be timid about picturing vast-scale gifts. The cosmos does not evaluate your visions as excessively daring. It promotes your audacity, for audacity stretches the every material of potential. Venture to envision an existence so plentiful that it not merely fulfills your requirements but turns into a fountain of recovery and freedom for innumerable others. Each inhalation you draw in this second can be regarded as a declaration that you're deserving of these wonders, that you select them completely. Affirm it quietly to yourself. I am prepared for monetary wonders, and I embrace them with thankfulness. In these phrases, you solidify your determination and convey your preparedness to every particle of being. You enforce your position as a joint creator with the sacred rather than a detached watcher or hesitant acceptor. This joint creative position implies you perform your role, undertake the motivated deeds, execute the daring steps, stay firm in conviction, and rely that the unperceived energies perform their role in manners surpassing your present understanding. This cooperation between the mortal desire and cosmic favor generates wonders that are both intensely individual and globally altering. Let your trust resemble a powerful arbor, its origins delving into the productive earth of your most valued beliefs, its stem rising high against the gusts of uncertainty, and its limbs extending skyward to accept the illumination of universal kindness. Under its shelter, you discover sanctuary, protection, and the vow of yield. Yield that sustains your existence and the existences of those you affect. This is the core of an existence allied with wonders, residing in the ideal location where your sincere labors and steadfast reliance meet. In that ideal location, anxiety loses its strength and shortage becomes a distant recollection of a less enlightened period. You discover that not only are you able to accept wonders, but you are also able to emerge as a wonder for another. The ring of bestowing and accepting becomes an everyday adventure, energizing your essence and disseminating illumination to others who observe your change. Chosen one, never question that you were particularly directed to view these phrases. The scheduling is not arbitrary. It is a sacred rendezvous established in the outline of your existence. You bear within you the kernels of excellence, kernels that have long anticipated this fostering period when they can ultimately erupt into flower. Monetary wonders are en route. This is your resounding summons to ready your soul, unlock your thoughts, and greet them in. As you do so, recall that a vital phase in this procedure is to recognize your preparedness openly, vibrationally, and with unwavering assurance. Proclaim your harmony with the unhaltable current of wonders by departing a remark with the figure 777. Let that emblematic deed echo through the universal streams, indicating that you have transitioned from desiring gifts to anticipating them, from yearning to comprehending, from anxiety to reliance. Picture how your existence will appear merely a brief time from now when these monetary wonders develop. You will bear yourself differently, your stance erect, and your presence glowing with assurance. The perpetual ring of unease will be substituted by a constant serenity, the type that cannot be disturbed by slight reversals. You will uncover that wonders generate more wonders, as though the cosmos, pleased by your approval, persists to dispense gifts that surpass your loftiest desire. Individuals around you will observe, intrigued about the ease in your gait and the accomplishment that accompanies you like a loyal ally. Some may pursue your advice, aspiring to discover the mystery of your change. In distributing your narrative, you emerge as an instrument of alteration, illuminating the route for others who, like you, once wavered on the edge of forfeiting trust. This is the wave impact of advancing into the wondrous sphere of your fate. Should you confront instants of uncertainty in the approaching days, recall the ignite of optimism that has kindled within you now. Re-examine these phrases if you must, and permit them to rekindle your assurance that monetary wonders are indeed en route. Each occasion you reaffirm this reality, you fortify the attractive force that pulls these wonders nearer. You will shortly perceive indicators, perhaps minor initially, like an unforeseen refunder, a prompt present and before extended. Even grander appearances will disclose themselves, guiding you deeper into an existence upheld by favor. And as your actuality changes, never overlook the holy summons to thankfulness. It is through thankfulness that gifts proliferate, for a thankful soul is an attractor for amplified benefit. Convey appreciation for every advancement, no matter how minor, and observe as the cosmos returns your constructive vitality with even superior marvels. Let your fantasy broaden further, summoning visions of what you can accomplish once monetary wonders establish origins. Perhaps you'll fund in that vision initiative or support a learning chase that once appeared unattainable. Maybe you'll journey to locations that motivate your soul or fashion, a sanctuary of ease and elegance in your residence, or you might select to direct your gifts into charitable initiatives that elevate community. The particulars are yours to determine, directed by your instinct and the sacred drive that transported you to this entrance. Each vision you complete becomes another wave in the boundless sea of wonders, another proof to the inventive strength we each possess when we combine our desire with universal affection. The stream of gift has initiated its advance, unhaltable as the rotation of the waves. All that lingers is for you to position at its bank, limbs extended in greeting. The current is an everlasting flow, not a brief burst. For your position, the universal scheme is assured. To question would only postpone the unavoidable. For once you have roused to your legitimate legacy, it becomes almost impossible to doze again. Let each second be a proclamation of trust. Each inhalation a quiet pledge that you will not relinquish or reverse. The wonders vowed to you are not deceptions. They are as tangible as the dawn that welcomes the morning heavens. They approach nearer each day, escorted by the combined unity of your ideas, decisions, and steadfast determination. Now, with your soul inflamed and your essence illuminated, react to this summons in the most straightforward and most potent manner. Depart a remark with the figure 1727. By doing so, you declare to the whole cosmos that you have absorbed the communication. You embrace the certainty of monetary wonders, and you select a position in the splendid reality of your fate. Let your trust be robust. Let your thankfulness be profound. And let your essence gleam with the comprehension that you are cherished beyond calculation by energies far superior than you can perceive. This is the time of your disclosure. The second when your identity is inscribed among those who selected to trust, to endure, and to accept wonders without reluctance. By welcoming this route, you craft a novel phase in the universal tale, one where your existence narrative becomes a signal of potential for all who venture to trust in the strength of the unperceived. Through your instance, others will rouse to their own capability for wonders, and thus the ring of favor broadens endlessly. Chosen one, if you perceive this communication, comprehend that it was composed for you. The sacred weave of your existence grows more opulent with every elapsing instant, and the oscillations of monetary wonders are already resounding through every passage of your being. This is your time of change. Grasp it with both palms and cling with steadfast trust. Each occasion you recall the vow that wonders are en route, your essence rejoices, your thoughts clarifies, and your voyage becomes luminous with expectation. Advance onward, liberated from the shades of ancient uncertainties, and penetrate a territory where plenty welcomes you like the dearest of companions. All the marvels you have supplicated for, yearned for, and labored toward are arriving even as these phrases resonate in your soul. Greet them without hesitation. Remember always that your reliance in the cosmos is the opener, and that your thankfulness is the portal through which these wonders will traverse. Now is the era. Let your tone unite the harmony of those who have selected trust over anxiety, who have advanced into their legitimate legacy of limitless potential. Let your concluding deed in this holy interchange be to respect the summons. Depart a remark with the number 777 and comprehend that this modest deed contains within it the kernel of vast change. By establishing your aims so audaciously, you assist form an actuality where your monetary wonders are not merely a forecast but a concrete motivating truth. In the days, weeks, and months ahead, observe as the cosmos verifies every phrase of this vow, revealing gifts that will steal your breath. Welcome them completely, and in doing so, emerge as a living proof to the unhaltable strength of conviction in the presence of all evident restrictions. This is your instant, chosen one. Monetary wonders are en route, whirling around you even now, prepared to illuminate the moment you utter yes. Position erect, elevate your soul, and let your existence become a signal of plenty for all who behold your extraordinary tale.